What's up guys, this is Morgaming here and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a bit different to the normal mining topic. We're going to be doing combat and the most profitable version of combat in the game. So yeah, this is just as profitable as mining sometimes, maybe just a little bit less, but it's an easy trade for at least me, in my opinion, to do something like combat, which is much more entertaining and not boring at all, over something like mining that will only pay about 10 million more per hour. But this is extremely profitable and extremely doable in any sort of ship. I'm in my corvette here, as you can see, but I'll go over what you can do with basically anything, and I'll explain how to do it, so let's get right into it. Okay guys, starting off as I always do with outfitting here, we have our corvette, magnificent ship, and probably in my opinion the best combat ship in the game. Apply everything I'm going to say here to any ship that you have, your best combat ship. So you don't need a corvette for this. This is definitely just an extra, yeah, just an extra thing that helps. The better your ship is, the faster this will be, and the more money you'll be able to make. But you can apply what I'm going to say here to basically anything. So we're going to start with hardpoints. So definitely utilize the hardpoints that your ship has. The corvette has 7 hardpoints here: 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large, well, 1 large and 2 huge. But most ships will have 2 to 6 hardpoints in them that are around the medium range of ships. So just utilize those with primary weapons and secondary weapons. So on my main weapons here, I've got multi-cannons. These are the most effective while drawing the least amount of power for your ship. So they're very easy to use and just very OP in general, and a great thing to use. And I've engineered basically everything here, but engineering is not necessary, not needed at all. Yeah, just outfit your ship as best as you can for combat. But I've got multi-cannons in the huge slots, a beam laser in my large, 2 pulse lasers in the medium, so there's a sort of even amount of thermal weapons and kinetic weapons. And I would have 2 small multi-cannons in these small hardpoints, but one's being used with a healing beam laser, so I can regenerate my teammates' shields, but we won't get into that in this video. That would be for something like an engineering video. Yeah, just basically utilize your hardpoints as best as you can, and just make it as easy as possible for you. Missiles are also a really good thing to just hit through hull. Yeah, these work for me, really easy to use and just really OP. So let's move on to utilities. In utilities, I've basically just fitted shield boosters and point defense. I'm not quite sure why this is empty, but yeah, basically the combat things would be shield boosters, shaft, point defense, and heat sinks. Using shield boosters the most, and point defense and shaft second, and heat sinks maybe. In combat, your ship will very rarely get hot enough to actually do major damage to your ship, so heat sinks will not really be necessary at all. Having point defense is amazing against missiles. You only need 1 or 2, but just placing them really nicely on your ship and just having that is a great thing. I don't use shaft, but for something smaller you might want to use that. But I've basically just fitted out shield boosters, engineered of course, on this ship, but just shield boosters and then a couple point defense, which I should have a point defense here, but I'm not sure what I did with it. But yeah, let's move on to core internals. So basically getting the best hull is reasonably important. You don't need to get the best because this is very expensive on a Corvette. It's about 350 million credits. But just getting something good like military grade composite is a great middle ground. It's good, solid, it's good, and it's not too expensive. But just getting something decent on this is a great thing to do, so if your shields do go down, you won't die instantly. Moving on to power plant. A-ranging your power plant is an amazing idea since combat draws a lot of power. As well as thrusters, you're going to be wanting to maneuver as best as possible, and especially in a ship like this, which is bigger than a football field, you're going to be wanting those better thrusters. I've engineered a lot of this, as you can see, which engineering does make a big difference in combat, but again, it's not necessary. Combat doesn't need a frameshift drive at all, but I've just A-rated and engineered it just because a corvette cannot jump for the life of it. Life support, it might seem like something that's needed, but it's not really. You're not going to be needing 25 minutes of life support in your ship, but it's nice to have just in case that does happen and for some reason you need half an hour to get to a station. Power distributor, this is another really important thing for your ship. Just like the power plant and thrusters, you're going to be needing this the most. This will allow your weapons to be firing at the target for the most amount of time possible. Sensors, not needed to upgrade at all. I don't remember engineering that, so I don't know why that's engineered, but okay. And fuel tank, we don't need to worry about, so we can move on to our optional internals. So I'm going over this pretty quickly, so if you can't take it in, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to get through all this stuff as quick as I possibly can. But starting off here, we've got a 7A shield generator, which is the best shield generator you can get. On something smaller, it's still important to get the best shield generator you can possibly get yourself. I'm waiting for prismatic shields, so I'm saving some power, not adding things like fighter hangars and extra utilities that I don't need. But a A-rated, highest grade shield generator is very important, as well as shield cell banks on a normal shield generator or prismatic shields. The shield cell banks are going to be very important, since if your shields go down, you're not going to get them back anytime soon, especially on a higher class of shield. If you're using something like Biweave, shield cell banks aren't so important, since Biweaves don't have as much strength, but will regenerate much faster. So yeah, shield cell banks won't be as needed, and shield cell banks do source a hell of a lot of power from your ship, as you can see down here, if I was to sell one. But I've got two 7A shield cell banks as my secondaries, and then literally I've just filled the rest of this up with hull and module reinforcement. I would say you probably want about 60% hull reinforcement. I'll probably say 75% you want hull reinforcement and the other 25 as module. It's great to have your modules not go, so you do want reinforcement for that, but I would say hull is the most important here. And yeah, I have these other things like a Guardian frameshift drive booster and a fuel scoop, which are not necessary at all, but they just help me get around systems and yeah, just get around systems with ease. And that's basically all you're going to be needing for combat, and a brief overview of what you can expect to be putting on your ship for what we're doing here. Moving on, I'll actually explain to you what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be doing it, so let's get into that. Okay guys, I couldn't find any on the mission board, so it's a bit unfortunate for this, but these missions here is what you're going to be wanting to look for, these massacres, and wing missions preferably, and solo missions also work as well. But if we do head over to the mission board right here, give it a second to load. Okay, so yeah, basically what we can do here is we can go up to this little tab right here, go down and select combat, and this will only give us combat missions. And as you can see, there's nothing in here which is actually needed. Oh, here we go. It's updated, and these are all the missions, and these are perfectly what we want. So this mission right here, and this mission is what we want to be looking for. So we'll go with this. This is 40 million credits if we complete it. And it tells us to eliminate 80 pirates of the mob of RR. And basically, as long as it says that, you'll be good. That's what you wanted to say. It says something different to that, with, like, if the number's different, that's fine. But if there's something different to that, that's what you're going to want to be looking for. And also, being in either R or the system I'm in, these are the best systems for doing this, since they trade missions for each other and will never go to a different system, so you always get a mission going to the other system. But this is the perfect one right here, 39 million credits if we complete it, and we can do it in basically a week. We have a week to complete it, so I'm going to accept that there. That's perfectly what we want, and yeah, that's basically what you want to be looking for. And this wing symbol, this is going to be what you need, and I'll explain that in a second. If you pick up things like that look like this, there's massacre missions, but they don't have the wing symbol. That's still fine, they'll stack, and that's just some extra money you can earn on the side. But the wing missions are going to be what's giving you the most profit for this, and going to be the most important ones that you want to pick up. So this one's much less, it's only 11 mil, and I do need to eliminate much less pirates. But that's still something I would be happy to pick up and could complete really easily. And I'll just look through the rest of these for anything else that's similar. But it looks like that's it. But yeah, that's basically what you want to be looking for. And as you can see over in transactions, I have 4 of these wing missions here, and a couple of the solo missions right down here. These solo missions gives you much less. This is 6 mil, and that's 11 mil, so not bad. But that's a 9 mil wing mission, that's a 19 mil wing mission, it's a 40 million credit wing mission, that's an 11 million credit wing mission. Most wing missions, once you've gotten your reputation up with the factions that are selling them, will be 20 to 30 million credits per mission. Some of these lower ones, like the 9 mil one here, this is from a faction that I don't have a high rep with, which is why it's much lower. But that's what you want to be looking for, and let's get into what we're going to be doing now. Okay guys, so starting off with what we're going to be doing here, I want to clarify how we're going to be making the 100 million per hour that is in the title. And the way we're going to be doing this is, on average, most people have a wing mission that is about 25 million credits for the wing mission to be completed. And these wing missions can take an hour to 2 hours, but if you're really quick and in a full squad of, say, corvettes, it can be done in about an hour, if you are efficient, of course. If we have 4 people in a wing, and each of them has a 25 million wing mission, each person, once the wing mission is shared around at the end, will get the 25 million from each wing mission that will be completed in the hour, which means each person will get 100 million credits, and that will be shared amongst each person. So technically, you're actually earning more like 400 million credits per hour, but you'll be personally earning 100 million credits, and 4 people will all be getting that 100 million credits. And this is also a great way to just get your friend a bunch of money if you go out, complete those wing missions, and you can just share them with a friend. But yeah, basically that's how the 100 million credits per hour works, and that's how we're going to be doing these wing missions. So let's get into the next part. Okay guys, so here's some clips of me just doing those wing missions, getting them done, getting them complete. And as you can see, after a kill of the enemies that say mission targets, you get an extra person added to, well, an extra kill added to your mission. So that's basically how they get completed. You can't complete multiple off one kill, so if you kill one ship, that won't go for every single mission you have, it'll only go for the one that you're currently completing, but you can still do it very fast and earn a hell of a lot of profit of something fun and enjoyable. But yeah, here are just some clips of me doing it's simple combat inside resource extraction sites. I find Hazardous to be the best, as well as High, but Hazardous doesn't have authority vehicles, so you will get more wanted people around there, and probably with high level targets like Anacondas or sometimes even Corvettes as AIs. But yeah, here's some clips. Here's one of me fighting an Anaconda with my friends. One's in a Corvette and one's in an Anaconda here. And this is just to show how quickly you can kill a deadly Anaconda, which, yeah, is just amazing. This is with a three people wing, and it's just stupidly fast and stupidly easy to complete, which is just absolutely amazing and has really made combat worth it now, which in my opinion is absolutely amazing because combat's one of the most enjoyable things in the game. Okay guys, so the final thing here is just simply how to share them with your wing. If you go over to your transactions page and select one of these things, if you're in a wing, it will give you the option to share your mission. Once that has been shared out, your wingmates will have an option to select that in their transactions panel, and they can choose to accept the mission. And once all of your wing members have accepted that, you can then go into the mission board and you can complete the mission, which will allow everyone else in your wing to then go collect the rewards for that. And then you just let each person do that for each of their missions, and there you go. There's your 100 million per hour. This can vary depending on what level you're at, but I would probably say you could go from 50 million per hour to even up to 130 million per hour, seeing you're also getting a bunch of money from bounties that you do get killing the AIs. But yeah, that's basically been the video on how to make extreme profit off combat, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!